Just letting you know that you do not have to vote. No, seriously, you don't have to vote. Everyone will make you believe that you have to vote. If you are a citizen, then you must vote. If you do not vote, then you are not a Class A citizen, and you should be thrown in the brig, and you should walk the plank. But let me tell you, you don't have to vote. Everyone is telling you guys that you have to vote. Everyone's telling you guys that you got to do all this. Everyone's telling you guys this is the most important election ever. And I have to say, in the words of one of the candidates, wrong. Seriously, you don't have to vote. Everyone's sitting there putting in your mind that you have to vote. So they're sitting there trying to make you scared. They're sitting there trying to put all this fear in your mind, saying, if you don't vote, then you guys are basically saying that you guys are okay with whatever the consequences and whatever the outcome is. That is what happens if you don't vote. I'm just telling you guys that that's not really how it works. Yes, people died for the right to vote, but they also died for the right not to vote. If I don't want to vote, I shouldn't have to, and neither should you. See, the thing is, about me, I'm voting, personally. Not because I actually like any of the candidates, but just because it's come down to this. Who's gonna do more for me? That's the only reason why I'm voting. But I can understand why you wouldn't vote. We have two very bad choices. We have two people that people don't even like. But here's the thing that this election should do to you. This election should show you guys to actually take it more seriously when we're doing a primary. And not pick out just two random people. Not just pick out two people just because your friends are picking them out. But pick them out because you actually want to back them. Because truthfully, we have two candidates right now that no one really wants to back. Two candidates with a lot of scandals behind their back. Two candidates that actually aren't representing their party that well. But you know what? Whatever. We're just going to deal with them because we have somehow put ourselves down to a two-party system. If anything, too, I hope that this election actually gets rid of the two-party system. I've always kind of hated it because I'm like, why do we have two major parties? Why don't we just kind of do it like, hey, here's your issues, go against each other. Instead of just saying, hey, you have to be Republican or Democrat to run, and then have a third party which never really wins. Hopefully, the third party can really shake it up this year and really make the numbers change so people can actually start having more than just the two basic parties. And I am aggravated at the people, maybe even you, who actually is so gung-ho for any of these candidates. How can you be gung-ho for any of these candidates? I'm hearing people say, this person's a liar, this person is a criminal, this person is all this. Both of these people are liars and criminals. Do you guys not understand that? Do you guys not understand that they both have a bunch of scandals behind their back? And whether you like it or not, they are your presidential candidates. We have never had presidential candidates that before their first term have already had this many things behind them. Have already had these many scandals. Like, seriously? This is the best we can do? So understand, here's what all I'm saying. You don't have to vote. And see, a lot of these people will tell you, your vote is so important, your vote matters. But let me tell you, you are one vote. I'm sorry. I know you guys want to hear something else. I know you guys want to hear all of this junk. But you guys are one vote. And technically, the electors in every state do not have to vote towards your vote. If we went by the popular vote, then I might kind of understand why you say that. But no, we go by the Electoral College. And the Electoral College, even though it usually votes for you, and it usually votes for whatever their state does, it doesn't have to. So we can see people that just vote against it just because they don't like it. So that's all I'm saying. And that is just my little PSA to you guys. You don't have to vote. No matter what anyone tells you, you don't have to. It'd be good to vote. And I'm voting, but you don't have to. Am I going to tell you who I'm voting for? Heck no. because I don't see the point in causing all this division, because this election has already caused enough division. People are sitting there fighting in their households. People are sitting there fighting even if they're the same religion, same race, it doesn't matter. People want to fight over this. I do not have anything to fight for. These politicians aren't going to do anything for me. These politicians don't mean anything to me. So why do we keep putting all of our hope in it? Truthfully, I'm still going to be Baba. No matter who becomes president, no matter who comes into office, I'm still going to be Baba. So I really don't care who becomes president. Some of you guys are legitimately worried. Some of you guys are so stressed out, like, dude, what's going on? I'm hyperventilating right now because of the president. Don't hyperventilate because of the president. Don't hyperventilate because of anything, because this is not anything to you. You guys don't notice, but we have a system of checks and balances. The president, they can't do everything. They can do some things if we allow them. Because, let's see, we have Congress that can always not pass a bill. They don't have to pass something. And let's say they do. Let's say somehow the person is able to bribe the people in Congress. Well, let's say they even pass it. If the president passes that law, the Supreme Court can say, no, that's unconstitutional. You guys say, well, but the president gets to appoint judges. I don't know who started that lie, but that's not actually true. The president nominates the judges. Guess who votes on the judges? Congress. So if we're going to be worried about the presidential office, we should be worried about Congress too. Because Congress has a big play in what gets passed and what goes on during these 4 years too. But, a lot of people, they don't want to talk about that. They just want to talk about, this is the most important election. It's important to have the president. Let me tell you, the only thing that the president has the power of is the nuclear launch codes. And I'm hoping that no matter who gets in the presidency, that they are not dumb enough to, shoot off the nuclear nukes at any little country that they want to. So, I'm just saying, a lot of you people starting arguments, sitting there starting wars and saying that y'all are going to start a riot over this junk. It is not that important. And let me tell you, on election day ain't going to be sweating. Because no matter who becomes president, I know who's Lord. That's Jesus Christ. And see, that's why I'm not worried. I'm not worried about who becomes president because I know who's God. And I know that nothing formed against me will prosper. So I'm not worried. You shouldn't be worried either. There are some of you Christians that are so legitimately worried about this. Don't be. And if you're not Christian, just don't be worried, because there's nothing to worry about. That's just my little PSA. It's really early in the morning, and I just happen to be up for something else, and I just thought that it would be a good time to talk about this. And so I hope this gets out enough time before you get fear-mongered into voting. Because I don't want you to vote because of fear. I want you to vote because you actually want to. And I can understand why you don't want to. And I might be one of the only YouTubers that's saying, you do not have to vote. Thank you, and good day.